Hi, the SI meteorologist Paul Dorian here on Tuesday afternoon, December 31st. A storm is brewing for the Mid-Atlantic region for the Thursday night time frame. It looks like it will be a moderate snow event, but there still is a possibility of it being even more significant than that. Many ingredients are on the playing field right now. There's still some details to be ironed out in terms of the timing and the phasing together of multiple low-pressure centers. We'll talk about some of these players on the field over the next several minutes and take a look at the very latest 12Z GFS model run. First of all, this is the latest water vapor imagery loop indicating a active subtropical jet stream right here in the southeastern part of the country. Moist air is flowing in off the Pacific and the Gulf of Mexico into the southeastern part of the country. This active subtropical jet stream will remain active for the next 48 hours or so and will be a crucial player in the late week storm system. Meanwhile, out in the Pacific Northwest and the western part of Canada, you can see some moisture here associated with an upper level feature. That upper level energy also plays a crucial role in the upcoming evolution of this late week storm system here in the eastern U.S. Well, let's take a look at the current upper level pattern. This is the 500 millibars, about 18,000 feet or so in the upper part of the atmosphere. Two things I want to point out right now. This little trough right here in the western part of Canada, now diving into the northwestern part of the U.S., is in fact a very crucial upper level energy that will help to intensify and generate low pressure along the east coast in about 48 hours or so. Another important feature is this area right in here. There's kind of an upper level low pressure area in the south central part of Canada. This only moves slowly over the next 48 hours or so into southeastern Canada, and as a result of this being a very slow mover, this will help to force this energy southeastward down towards the south central part of the U.S., where in 48 hours it will help to generate a storm system just off the mid-Atlantic coastline. So this is an important feature that will follow over the next 24 to 48 hours or so. In fact, if we take a look 48 hours from now, this is the 12Z GFS forecast map for the 500 millibar level come Thursday afternoon. Here is that southeastern Canadian upper level, kind of a cutoff low in the upper part of the atmosphere, again forcing all that energy down to the south central part of the U.S. And here it is right here come Thursday afternoon, at least according to the GFS 12Z forecast map. This will then help to generate low pressure sitting right off the mid-Atlantic coastline the latter part of Thursday and especially Thursday night. Well, here is another important feature that will determine the strength of this storm in the latter part of the week. This is the 300 millibar forecast map from the latest 12Z GFS model run for Thursday afternoon. Indeed, there will be a very powerful upper level jet streak associated with that upper level trough, upper level energy that is now just moving into the Pacific Northwest. 150 knots and higher forecasted to be in the northeastern part of the country come Thursday afternoon. All of this is active subtropical jet, vigorous upper level support in the upper atmosphere, and a powerful upper level jet streak. All can generate a strong storm along the mid-Atlantic coast late Thursday night. The exact timing and phasing is of course critical and still needs to be ironed out exactly how quickly everything will phase come the latter part of Thursday and Thursday night. Well, let's take a look at a few forecast maps at the surface by the 12Z GFS model run. This is for Thursday evening, 0Z Friday, or Thursday evening. And at this time, we have low pressure sitting off the mid-Atlantic coastline, well off the mid-Atlantic coast. And a lot of moisture now starting to gather itself in the cold air mass on the northwest flank of this particular storm system Thursday evening. Now, not much precipitation is falling in the I-95 corridor at this time, but now let's jump ahead 6 hours. 6 hours later, about the middle of the night, Thursday night, all snow now falling along the I-95 corridor. Quite cold conditions here. In fact, it looks like rain to snow ratios or typical snow to rain ratios are 10 inches of snow for every 1 inch of rain. It looks like as you get colder and colder, it looks like indeed this will be quite a cold scenario setting up, especially for places like New York City. The snow to rain ratio could end up being on the order of 15 to 1 by the time midnight rolls around Thursday night, early Friday morning. So at this time, low pressure kind of developing back towards the coast with a secondary well off the coast here. This is one of the critical elements of the storm. We talked about the timing and the phasing. The GFS model is tending to kind of backfill with low pressure towards the coastline by the time Thursday night rolls around. Again, this is about midnight Thursday night. All snow at this time, even down into the D.C. region. And now let's jump ahead 6 hours later. And here is the 12Z GFS forecast map for early Friday morning. Still kind of a couple of different low pressure areas. One sitting off the mid-Atlantic coast and another one just northeast of there. All snow winding down now along the I-95 corridor. It's certainly cold enough for snow at this time. In fact, the vast majority of this should be snow from the I-95 corridor to points north and west. Certainly there is possibility of some rain at the onset during the day on Thursday, especially down across D.C. And points south and east. But even there, it should all change to snow by the latter part of Thursday into Thursday night. The likely timetable for the heaviest snowfall, the most accumulating snow, would be Thursday night time frame up and down the I-95 corridor. Bitter cold air is pouring in behind this. Friday may see temperatures holding in the teens in many I-95 corridor locations, and certainly early Saturday morning low temperatures could be near zero in and around Philadelphia, even below zero in and around the New York City region, as just a bitter cold air mass moves in the wake of this storm, likely with some fresh snow cover on top of the ground up and down the I-95 corridor. Very preliminary estimates, maybe a coating to a couple of inches in the D.C. region, especially north and west of the district, perhaps 2 to 5 inches or so in and around Philadelphia, and 5 to 8 inches in and around the New York City region. In fact, let's take a look at the latest GFS model output for snowfall. Well, what we have here from a very good website, coolweather.com, is the hourly model output from this happens to be from the 12Z GFS model run, and what we can see is what the GFS model is putting out for Reagan National Airport, DCA, right here in terms of snowfall. Right here, just under 2 inches of snow from this upcoming event, Thursday night time frame down in this area right here. If we now look, let's go north and east up the coast to Philadelphia. And the very latest GFS is putting out a little bit over 3 inches of snowfall in Philadelphia, and a little bit higher than that in New York City. In fact, let's take a look at that right now. And here it is for LaGuardia Airport, about 4.5 inches of snow depicted here by the 12Z GFS model run. So certainly looks like a moderate snow event for the I-95 corridor on Thursday night. Lots of ingredients on the playing field, all of which are potentially capable of generating a strong storm, a significant snowstorm, and that still is in the offing. Right now, we'll lean towards the moderate side of things, but have to monitor this over the next 48 hours or so. Lots of players on the field, still some 48 hours to go before this event. And then bitter cold air follows at the end of the week, and this whole pattern may repeat early to middle part of next week with another winter storm, followed by bitter cold air and perhaps just incredibly cold air by around Tuesday or so of next week. Stay tuned to the SIweather.com for updates. That's it for now. I'm meteorologist Paul Dorian.